Uh-huh. It's your friendly neighborhood rooster from Kevin's Corner waking you up just in case you ain't up already. Uh-huh. That's right. A morning show. About to drop one on you. But first, I got to make sure that the notifications. Oh, there it is. Notification done went out. Uh-huh. Looks like I'm the only one in the chat room right now, but don't worry. I think we'll have some help coming in a second. So let's see. When I catch y'all off guard in the morning, I got to give y'all a minute to make the adjustment. Log in. Maybe even get a notification here or there. Uh-huh. So let's wait a minute. We'll see. We'll see who's up bright and early that ain't at a job, and they're able to check me out, or at the job and still checking me out. But I won't say nothing. I won't tell. All right. So let's see here. Yeah, it's just me. Oh, wait a minute. I see Michael. Oh, shoot. Wait a minute. Do we got some help coming? Here comes the help. Yeah, you heard the alarm. There we go. Uh-huh. Okay. Yep. People's coming in. People's coming in. That's what I like to see. I mean, I look at all of these big time YouTubers and like Michael Knowles and I watch them and they be having their shows in the morning and it be packed. People be watching all the time. Let me see. Michael Knowles, Dave Rubin. What's the other one with the beard? My boy, he does this show in the morning as well. Yeah, people be watching those shows in the morning. So I'm like, why can't I slide in a morning show or two when I have to? There you go. So they ain't better than me. They think they better than me. They ain't better than me. Shoot. Wow. Now, while I am waiting for you guys to log in, I see somebody says, long time no see. Now, most likely, it appears that maybe it was a long time no see, but it wasn't because of me. Unless you're talking about the little break I took a couple days ago. I took about 4 or 5 days off. But on an average, anybody who is catching me recently, and it's been a while since you've seen me, is probably because YouTube had me invisible to you. They weren't sending out the notifications or something like that. So that's why I encourage everyone to make sure that your notifications are turned on to all. And even with that being said, you might want to check back with the channel just in case, because I realize there are some conservative channels that I'm subscribed to, and I have not seen a notification from them forever. What happened to Mr. Reagan? Mr. Reagan, his stuff used to pop up on my timeline all the time. Doesn't pop up. Doesn't pop up at all. I probably will have to go to his channel just to see his latest work. And hey, this is the element that we have to deal with. But I did realize one of my videos actually got some traction. One of them had like 5,900 views. How you like that? Back in the day, 5,900 would make me mad. I'd be like, what? Only 5,900? Yeah, but now I'm looking at like, whoa, look at that, y'all. We doing big things. And I also want to give a shout out. I don't know if she wants me to mention her name, but the lady who does like my graphics and things like that, she's also working with me on my alternative channel by uploading clips, shorts, and stuff like that to the alternative. These are some clips that I forgot that I ever did. And I'm telling you right now, you will have a field day over there binging on these clips. She chops them up, makes them short. And I'm over. She just uploaded the one where I was talking about the lady with the predator hair that was out, protesting. Man, I laughed about that. Then the stories about Durrell in the daycare. I don't even realize all the stupid little stories and stuff that I be telling. But she's been wonderful when it comes down to just taking clips, shorts, and things like that. So you can have yourself a binge day over there on my alternative channel if you subscribe to it. So please, somebody says, still haven't seen the link for the new channel. What? Wow. Okay, well, it's stop and think about, and then it's, dot. But Don usually posts it in the chat. And I'm wondering if I could post it in the chat while chatting. Okay, let's give it a shot. I don't know. This could be a little risky, but I'm going for it. So let me see here. Stop and think about it. All right, I'll do this. Bam. And I'll try to do this. And I will copy, share, and copy. Then come back to this. Oh, look at me, y'all. I might be doing stuff. And paste. And bam. I just uploaded it into the chat. Yeah. So anybody that wants to, let me see, make sure it actually did it. Oh, you know what? I don't even see it. I know I uploaded. I just sent it. Well, let me see. Yeah, well, I mean, I did it. I don't know. Well, we'll see. Hopefully Dawn will come on. And if Dawn comes on, she'll be able to handle that. Boy, I tell you, technology. All right. So I'm assuming y'all can hear me and y'all can see me. So don't forget to hit the like button before we get started. Okay. So let's get loose so I can get busy. Get busy, y'all. Like real gold gorilla. Real gold gorilla. Real gold gorilla. There's some kings in the building. Do your best and show some respect. Gorillas in here. Gorillas in here. Gorillas in here. Gorillas in here. That's right, though. Don't forget, there's a Kevin's Corner store in here, too. So please check that out. And text MAGA to that number right there on the screen, 330-974-4607. And yeah. There it is. There's the Kevin's Corner store. You can get all kind of stuff. Somebody said I'm a white gorilla. Oh, yeah, man. I would love to see that. You ever seen those white gorilla mountain gorillas? Beautiful. Beautiful. See, we don't discriminate over here. Yeah, all the gorillas ain't got to be black. Nah, we got white gorillas, too. We got everybody. Uh-huh. Yeah, so now, with that being said, let's go ahead and get busy because, see, we want to talk about motives and lies and things like that, which is an everyday thing when it comes down to the Democrats and the fake news. Yeah. So they are the masters of it, and we have to expose it. We have to be the masters of exposing lies. Now, before I do that, I also want to let everybody know to, if you want to support the channel through my Cash App or my PayPal link, you can do that too. The links are below each video and so on and so forth. And follow me on all the other social media platforms. The links are below each video as well. Now, with that being said, let's get into it because we ran across somebody who actually probably got fired because they was dropping too many lies. Now, you know that's bad. When you work for the fake news and you become so fake, you get fired. You fire fake. That's how bad you are. You're fire fake. And so what ends up happening is this person was telling so many tall tales and became so vicious that they got fired. Now they're coming out and they're telling us how the network they used to work for, MSNBC, but it's now called just Miss, I don't know, Miss MSNBC. I don't know what they call themselves. Miss Now. So Miss Now, yeah, they cut this person loose, but now this person is telling us about how they used to operate with such high integrity. I question this narrative. So let's see. Who is that? Who am I talking about? Can anybody guess? Oh, yeah. None other than Big Face. When he got fired. My entire day side is just... My show had value. It had value. Yeah. Value to be thrown right into the pooper. So now here she is, y'all, telling us how they used to operate. Here we go. Just like CNN. It's just straight ahead news. It is not ideological. And they would actually I had a dayside show and I got in trouble for doing things they thought were too ideological because they were like, this is daytime. You're supposed to be just straight ahead news. What? I mean, wait a minute. Hold on. During the daytime, they're still fake news, right? They're 24-hour fake news. I mean, don't be trying to make it seem like during the daytime, they just reporting the facts and stuff. We know that there are people on Miss Now that operates during the day too. See, lies don't stop. It don't take no break just because it's daytime and nighttime. That mess operates 24/7. So now you up here lying to us. You ain't got to lie, Big Face. You don't even work for them no more. I mean, you could go ahead and just keep it real, can't you? But here she is. She's telling us that, she was too much ideology for the daytime.
At night, it is their editorial position that it is liberal. It is Rachel Maddow and is very liberal. And now that's moved up to 4 p.m., right? It's Nicole Walls, who's not liberal, by the way. She's just a sane, normal Republican.
Wow. Do you hear these lies coming out of this person? She's lying for nothing now, guys. Lying for nothing. I'm going, Joy, you don't work there no more. See, when you've been prostituting yourself this long, you can't get off the corner. You can't get off the corner. It's like Don Lemon. Don Lemon was prostituting himself so long for CNN. This dude could have had $7 million deal with Elon Musk, but it was in him. He was like, nah, I'm going to go ahead and do this for free for CNN. It's still in me. And that dude ended up losing it. I'm going, you don't work for them no more. You don't work for the fake news no more. So let's continue hearing her delusion.
So you're sort of sane, normal Republican all the way to liberal. I don't think Ari Melber is particularly liberal. It just gets more and more liberal as you get later down the thing. And then, Stephanie Ruhle, she's a finance lady, but she's just normal and sane, right?
Oh, okay.
So I don't see it as and the second reason is you're not allowed to lie.
What? Wait a minute. Is she talking about the same Miss Now that used to be MSNBC? Did she just say you're not allowed to lie? Now, guys, we're going to have to check her work. We can't have her just handing in the paper with the answers right there. We want to see how you came to that answer. So let's continue.
Like, we couldn't get on there and just say...
Because you could be sued, yeah.
Well,
No, you should have been sued. 100 gazillion trillion billion in Joe Biden numbers time. That's what you should have been. But now, you hear Big Face up here talking about we weren't allowed to lie.
Not only that, we had standards and practices department. We'd be dragged into a standards and practices and legal meeting. We'd be fired. You can't lie.
Oh, really? Now we know that the vaccines work well enough that the virus stops with every vaccinated person.
You see long neck right there? You see giraffe neck, pelican nose right there, mad cow, telling everybody to go out and get the you-know-what. Because it's just going to stop right there, right there. But don't worry, though. Even though it'll stop with you, you still got to wear your you-know-what. And other people also have to get, the you-know-what. Just so you don't give them the you-know-what, even though it's supposed to stop with you. Just because, it's supposed to stop with you. But remember, though, they get in trouble for lying.
A vaccinated person gets exposed to the virus. The virus does not infect them. The virus cannot then use that person to go anywhere else.
Is that true? I mean, I'm amazed that they're still even pushing the vax. I still see commercials every once in a while. If you haven't had and I'm going, y'all still pushing that? I mean, y'all aren't worried at this point that you're going to be sued into oblivion? It's over, man. Y'all made your money. Whoever, y'all was in cahoots with to get the government to force that mess down everybody's throat. You made your money. Now, you might want to go ahead and taper off. Because, as years go by and all the results and the symptoms and stuff start to manifest itself, who knows who can get the letter in the mail talking about you got to pay me $1 gazillion trillion. So I'm surprised they're still pushing it. But nonetheless, she was one of the big ones right here pushing it. Who else was lying? This should have been fired according to Joy Reid.
This version of Biden, intellectually, analytically, is the best Biden ever.
Y'all hear Beaker? Oh, yeah, man, talking about some this. And you know what? I don't care. Who knows it? F you. If you don't agree, F you. That guy, he didn't get fired? Beaker didn't get fired? Unbelievable.
If it weren't the truth, I wouldn't say it.
If it wasn't the truth, I wouldn't say it. Boy, I tell you, it's almost like they forget that they lie. Or maybe they've been lying so long that they believe their own lies. You ever been there? I mean, I remember growing up, I used to tell this story. I forget what it was about. That's how bad it was. It was a story, though, but I would tell all the time. And then I realized one day when I got older and got my life together, I got saved. And I was like, you know what? That's a lie. I was telling a lie. I told that lie so long, I thought it was the truth. I forgot it never happened. I was just about to drop it out again. And I was like, wait a minute. That didn't even happen. That was a full-blown lie. Yeah, it's like these people right here. I mean, these folks, man, are caught in a full-blown cycle of lies. They're like, that's the truth. We actually believe our own lies. But let's continue. Here we go.
You're not allowed to lie.
Not allowed.
So I just want to ask you yes or no. At any point in your life, have you served 2 all beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions, on a sesame seed bun?
They obviously didn't plan that right. They didn't plan that part. See, that right there was just a little slapstick way of, kind of downplaying the fact that this woman had been lying about working in McDonald's. If you don't know the song, Big Mac, filet of fish, quarter pound of French fries, icy Coke, thick shake, sundaes, and apple pies. You deserve a break today at McDonald's. If you don't know that song from start to finish, you ain't never working McDonald's. You ain't never even ate McDonald's if you don't know that song. But here she is giving this raggedy candidate here an out because Trump called her out on her lies about working at Mickey D's and then showed up and worked at Mickey D's himself. And what does this lady do? Open right up now. She didn't follow up. This wasn't designed to be a serious question. She didn't want to get to the bottom of it. This is, let's go ahead and do this to get the heat off of you about your lies. See, here we go.
Working at a McDonald's, yes or no? That's it.
I have.
Okay, now the other job.
But it was not a small
That quick? No follow-up? They're all jokes? Good, let's get that out the way. Now to the other fake news.
job. Like, I did the fries. I mean,
She never worked at McDonald's. She said she stood over those French fries when they were being fried, and it was so tough work. So she never worked there. She's a liar.
Of course she is. Yeah, just like all Democrats, because see, they have to develop and come up with their backstories and stuff like that. They have to make it seem like we're relatable. Yeah, I mean, I can relate to everybody else. Look, I did stuff that you peasants did out there. You know what I mean? Yeah, Magnani or Magnani or the fake the guy up there in New York, him. Yeah, rich kid growing up, but he trying to act like he can relate to the struggle. So that's their style. Joe Biden, yeah, growing up in Scranton, went to the black church. They all got to come up with some fake behind story to make people think that, look, I'm just like you. But the media assisted her with that lie.
She's a liar.
Thank you, Trump.
The Des Moines Register is out with a brand new poll conducted by J.N. Selzer's firm. This, as you know, is the gold standard of polling in Iowa.
Gold standard of polling in Iowa.
Remember this lie?
And it shows Vice President Harris with a 3-point lead over Donald Trump in that state.
Woo-wee, that was a whopper of a lie. Y'all remember when that one rolled out? And we was all like, wait a minute. In Iowa? Oh, shoot. Wait, who put that? Oh, man, it's going to be tight. It's going to be tight. Well, let's just see how tight it was.
The next day.
It's a quick update from NBC News, Steve. Now projecting that Donald Trump has won the state of Iowa. That's going to be 6 electoral votes, and this one got a lot of attention in the last couple of days.
A lot of attention
because
over the weekend.
Because of that Selzer poll, which showed Harris up 3.
Yep, and she's not.
Up by 3, and yeah, she's not. So how much did she lose by?
so we can get off the polar coaster.
Whoa, Nelly. Whoa, Nelly. That was a big whopper of a lie. They tried to gaslight everybody. So let me see. Trump got 53.2 to 45.3. But she was up by 3. Remember. Now, you remember the person who came out and dropped that whopper? Rachel Maddow. Did she get fired? I'm just wondering. Did anybody get the hammer for that? Nope.
And everybody that was focusing on that can go back to focusing on actual vote count. I mean, that was an outlying poll. There's a lot of respect for Seltzer in the polling community, so a lot of people took it very seriously.
Why respect her? Yeah, this woman prostituted herself and lost all credibility trying to help Kamala Harris. And yet, that was a lie.
Clearly, there was some kind of glitch in the data there, or something changed in the last 24 hours.
Some glitch in the data. Come on, man. Yeah, the glitch was you raggedy behind liars. That's what it was. But there's Big Face again.
The Standards and Practices Department. We'd be dragged into a Standards and Practices and legal meeting. We'd be fired. You can't lie.
Unbelievable. Oh, you can't lie? Y'all ready for this one? This was the ultimate disrespect to everybody's eyes and ears and brains. Remember, this was Miss Now back in the day when it was MSNBC. They sent Humpty Dumpty Head out there, and look what he said right in front of our face.
I want to be clear in how I characterize this. This is mostly a protest. It is not generally speaking, unruly.
Wow. Did y'all see? Now, that one was one of the most blatant, disrespectful lies I've ever heard. That was that Eddie Murphy scenario when he was joking, talking about he had a buddy who used to lie to his girlfriend, got caught cheating. She saw him. Lady was in the bed, butt naked. And she's like, I know you cheated on me. Wasn't me. Wait a minute. What you mean it wasn't you? I just saw her. Wasn't me. Maybe it wasn't me. That's how bad that lie was. I want to be clear. How yeah. Full-blown blaze. That mug looked like a forest fire going on right there. I don't even know what the heck you could have set on fire to look like that. I mean, the sky was lit up and everything. And this guy right here, I want to be clear.
It's not generally speaking.
Man, I tell you. So Humpty Dumpty head was right down there and disrespected us. Did he get fired? Did Humpty Dumpty's head get fired? They should have pushed his butt off that wall and let him shatter into pieces and never put him back again. Never put him back together again. But nonetheless, Humpty Dumpty came straight out there like, now I want to be clear. In spite of the inferno behind me, that's been mostly peaceful protests.
Unruly.
These people are sick. They're sick. They're bad people.
Bad people. And speaking of bad people, here's one of the worst. Now, y'all might have seen my standalone video that I showed, I uploaded the other day, concerning some of these people that are in the hot seat. And all of a sudden now, the fake news is concerned about these people. Yeah, they're coming out saying, you know what? Donald Trump is abusing his power. He's sending the FBI to be Gestapo. Yeah, he's invading these people's houses. He's going after his enemies and it's revenge. So we might want to go ahead and see what these people have done to warrant Donald Trump's DOJ looking into their situation. Starting off with this guy. Now, y'all know him. You see these surprise eyes? You see those bug eyes? Those lying surprise eyes right there. Lying surprise eyes. Eyes of evil. So now, as they look like they're about to pop out of his skull, like Big Trouble in Little China, when that one guy blew up and his eyes start popping out, that's what he looks like. So here he is, watermelon-shaped face. And the media is mad. You'll see in a minute. Abby is, she's upset, saying that Trump's going after his political enemies. So let's see.
Looks like Adam Schiff really did a bad thing. They have him.
Lots of bad things. I mean,
It's mortgage loan fraud. It's a big deal. He defrauded banks and insurance companies and the federal government.
Now, you know what's crazy about that? You know, these Democrats are just full-blown greedy. They're greedy. I mean, they make their money in office somehow, but then don't want to pay, I guess, extra taxes on the houses and stuff like that. I'm saying you're probably doing some insider trading. I mean, most of y'all got rich being in Congress, but you get greedy. Letitia James or whatever her name is, and she's worth X amount of millions. And yet you just like, well, I mean, you know what? I don't want to give away a dime. I want to give away taxpayers' dimes, though. I definitely want to give away taxpayers' money to all of our illegal immigrants and our little pet projects and stuff like that. And you, of course, paying for me to go after Donald Trump. Yeah, I want that. I'll use all their money. But I don't even want to pay an extra, $5,000, maybe $1,000 or, dollars a year on a property that is not my main, the place of living. I don't know how much it extra would be, but apparently these folks don't even want to come off that cheese. So let's see. Here we go.
A top senator in hot water. Senator Adam Schiff is accused of mortgage fraud. President Trump publicly accused Schiff this summer of lying about his primary residence
and much more. This guy is, he is up there tied with Satan when it comes down to the lies. I know Satan was like, wait a minute, hold on. I thought I was the father of all lies. Where'd you come from? Did I make you? Man, I got some competition when it comes down to Shifty Schiff.
Get a cheaper mortgage. Schiff is preparing for a legal battle. He's created a legal defense fund amid a Justice Department investigation.
Legal defense fund. That's right. He's trying to raise some chips off of the dumb voters to help him out of this pickle he got himself in.
Schiff claims Trump is weaponizing the government against him.
Oh, God.
His spokesperson says the fund will help him fight back against baseless smears.
Baseless! Baseless smears, y'all. Y'all hear this dude right here, man. Woo-wee! So we're going to get an example of what real baseless smears look like in a second.
Schiff's attorney calls the investigation an abuse of power.
Mortgage fraud. I want to read a little bit of what President Trump posted on social media. He writes, quote, Adam Schiff has engaged in a sustained pattern of possible mortgage fraud. Adam.
Y'all hear that? So Trump came out and he's not holding his tongue about Shifty Schiff. We all know how Trump feel about Shifty Schiff and how we all feel about Shifty Schiff. He's one of the worst. He's one of the worst. If this dude gets convicted on this right here, that's small peanuts compared to what should really happen to this guy.
Adam Schiff said that his primary residence was in Maryland to get a cheaper mortgage and rip off America when he must live in California because he was a congressman from California. Now, the government mortgage company, Fannie Mae, says you're, quote, engaged in a sustained pattern of possible occupancy.
So Fannie Mae, even Fannie Mae came out and they tried to make it even sound a little sweeter. Occupancy what?
Misrepresentation.
Occupancy misrepresentation. They softened it for Schiff. Now, here's Schiff on TV. And I guess she's trying to act like, look, we're going to ask the tough questions. We're the real news. So she asks Pencilneck about this. And look what Pencilneck does. Now, he knows he's guilty of this, but watch what he does.
On several loans. Are these allegations true? How do you respond to them?
They're patently false, and the president knows.
Wow! The lies never stop. Now, you know they're going to look into you know they already been looking into this Schiff. Man, he is on autopilot when it comes down to the lies. You know what? Baseless. There's no... How can you say that when your name is on paperwork? I mean, at this point, you might want to start preparing for all of this stuff to come out instead of getting on here definitively lying. Hopefully they can hold these lies also against him when he's brought in, or if they do a trial or whatever. They be like, look, just a couple months ago, you was on there and she asked you specifically. And you straight up was like, look, this is baseless. So let me see. Here we go.
On several loans. Are these allegations true? How do you respond to them?
They're patently false.
Patently false. So how do you explain your signature on it and what you signed your signature for? This is fascinating. Unlike Trump, though, with all of the stuff that they swore up and down he was guilty of. Y'all remember, Trump was the Russian agent. And yet we didn't have no signatures. We didn't have no cloak and dagger. We didn't have Trump meeting in the alley with his hat on and, collar up and stuff, talking to Pootie. We ain't had no phone calls between him and Pootie. We ain't had no emails, no text message, no letters, nothing. But yet there was evidence in plain sight. So here he is, y'all, lying again.
The president knows it in the housing agency. President's person, Bolton, knows it. He's essentially doing the president's bidding.
Doing the president's bidding. Now you're also insulting the folks who know the truth. I guess Fannie Mae or whatever. He's there all day, all against me. They're doing the president's bidding. Boy, it comes a point where, I would think you would exhaust the lies. You would say, man, how deep do I want to dig myself into this doo-doo? This dude is up to his forehead in shite, and he's just digging more.
Against me, against Letitia James, against this person on the Federal Reserve. Mortgage is their new weapon to go after.
Mortgage is their new weapon. Unlike using McCarthyism as a weapon. There you go. Anybody y'all disagree with? Russian agent. Tulsi Gabbard was a Russian agent. I thought everybody was working with the Russians. So here he is, guys. He said that mortgage fraud. But unlike y'all just accusing people of being Russian spies and agents and stuff, they got your signature Schiff. I just don't understand this. That's just not mine. It was the same thing with Hunter Biden's laptop. They had his signature, but somehow it's the Russians. This is Russian disinformation. So they want us to believe, like Schiff, he wants us to believe that this is patently false. Even though I might have signed the paper, my name is on it. Everybody's lying against me, and they're helping out Trump.
The critics. But I've been very open about my residency, both in California and in Maryland, with my constituents and with the lenders.
What? Just because you said I got a house in Maryland and I got one in California, don't mean you're open about what you signed, what you said when you signed it. Come on, Schiff. Come on, baby. There's situations where they're unliable. You can't lie out of it. But he's going to try.
So there's no there.
No there.
But the common denominator is
what?
They will manufacture anything to go after their critics.
What did he just say? Now, did y'all catch that project? He just threw the projector at us. They will manufacture anything to go after their critics. Now, out of all the folks that then went after Trump, to hear this come out of this guy, he's the number one stunner. He might top like Hillary Clinton. I mean, this dude, and like Hillary would pop up on the show here and there and drop a whole bunch of lies about this. This guy was on a tour lying about what?
After members of Congress to.
What did you say?
So there's no there. But the common denominator is
what?
They will manufacture anything to go after their critics.
Can I show you something?
Please do.
The Russians offered help, which we know they did. The campaign accepted help, which we know they did. The Russians then delivered help, which we know they did.
Do you hear these lies? Looking back over this montage of lies just burns me up. I mean, for him to not pay any price, something got to happen to this guy. Something got to happen. Now we also know that the whole time he probably was in it with Obama. He knew all of that. They put this in his lap and said, we want to find somebody stinking and evil enough to take this lie and try to investigate the president on it. Who do we know? Schiff, the guy that smells like shite. Shite Schiff. Make sure Shite Schiff gets all of this and runs with it. So this guy was out here like, oh yeah, Russia offered to help and not the Trump. I mean, looking back at this, you realize how big of a lie that was. These people were ruining people's lives with these narratives and yet just walked away. Oh, what? Oh, it's all been proven to be fake? Okay, oops, sorry about that. Carter Page. So we all know Trump never accepted no offer. All lies. Let's
substantial evidence of collusion. The case is more than that, and I can't go into the particulars, but there is more than circumstantial evidence now. So
more than circumstantial evidence, and he's talking about they are willing to do anything that they have to do to manufacture more than it's unbelievable. The evidence, more than substantial evidence.
They will manufacture anything to go after their critics.
You've said on more than one occasion that you've seen ample evidence of the Trump campaign's Russia collusion. Last March, you said you had more than circumstantial evidence of treasonous collusion with Russia.
Treasonous, y'all. Dropping words out there like treasonous. One of the worst things you can accuse somebody of, besides being Hitler, a Nazi, white supremacist, a racist, a xenophobe, a homophobe, would be a traitor to your country. There you go. Now, if you really want to look at who probably falls into the category of treason, it would be this guy who tried to handicap the president with a full-blown lie pushed by you-know-who, Hillary and the rest of them, the whole crew, the whole motley crew, pushing that lie, suggesting that the president was a full-blown traitor. Full-blown traitor. And talking about, I got evidence. Now, you know how irresponsible this guy is. I mean, he was like over the head, the Intel committee for a while and was going out there leaking. This guy needs to go straight to the slammer. I would love nothing more than to see those bug eyes peeking through some bars.
Certainly said that there's ample evidence of collusion.
Can you agree that there has been no evidence of collusion, coordination, or conspiracy that has been presented thus far between the Trump campaign and Russia?
No, I don't agree with that at all. I think there's plenty of evidence of collusion.
Plenty of evidence. Now, when we was watching and living this, we all are saying, do you know how stupid this sounds? Do you know how ridiculous these lies are? They came out with the over-the-top, dramatic, ridiculous lies that somehow, though, resonated with the dummies that were suffering from Trump derangement syndrome. But all they had to do was to sit back and say, let's go ahead and put this together rationally. Trump, who's worth billions of dollars, okay, put all his own money into his own campaign. You're telling me somehow, even though there's no record of him and Putin have any type of relationship, friendship, any of that stuff, Somehow, he was able to secretly coordinate with Vladimir Putin in his 70s. Once he waited all these years to become a Russian, spy or agent. And he coordinated with Putin with no evidence, though. No phone calls, no nothing. And then somehow Putin magically works it out for Trump to have won over Hillary. And I'm thinking to myself, that right there in normal times would sound like an unbelievable lie. In normal times, people go, man, what are you talking about? Donald Trump. I mean, what can Putin offer him that he ain't already got? I mean, come on, dude. But no, during that time, they were able to gaslight with the help of the fake news that we just saw. Joy Reid talking about I would get fired. They were all in on that. Miss Now, CNN, all of them. And they pushed that lie to the point where folks were believing it. And I'm going, you really believe that? You're falling for that? And look how sincere he looks. Look how sincere he looks.
They will manufacture anything to go after their critics.
We do know this. The Russians offered help. The campaign accepted help.
What?
The Russians gave help. And the president made full use of that help.
Now, you know what's funny? Remember when those fake Russians called him? Remember they called him, hello, we're from Russia. We know that Donald Trump, he was in a hotel with hookers. Yes, and the naked Trump, and lots of pee-pee and stuff like that. But he was willing to take that. Took that call quick. Hello? Is this the Russians? You got some dirt? You got some dirt you can give me? Wait a minute. I thought you weren't supposed to even accept anything if the person even had a slight Russian accent. Yeah, you're a traitor. If you got some Russian, salad dressing, you're a traitor. Anything dealing with Russia, you're a traitor. And this guy was on the phone taking all kind of information. You're going to call me back, right? You're going to get that stuff over to me. I'm ready. Where can I reach it? When can we pick it up? But yeah, he's talking about they offered help to Trump and they took it.
Meanwhile, the special attorney on the case says there's more dirt on Schiff that goes beyond potentially lying on forms.
Not just dirt, shite. There it is. That guy right there, dirt's too good for him. Dumpster juices on him, slime, scum, mud, soot, you name it. Sulfur, all over this guy. He's one of the dirtiest. And got the nerve to be like, these are baseless accusations.
But you admit it's all you have right now is a circumstantial case.
Actually, no, Chuck. I can tell you that the case is more than that. And I can't go into the particulars, but there is more than...
Because you can't. There aren't no particulars. There was no particulars at all. But they ruin people's lives. I mean, are these people going to get restitution? That's what I'm wondering. I mean, I would be furious if I had to pay money for a lawyer. So I don't want them to just go ahead and find Schiff guilty. I want them to drag him through all of the mess that they drug all of those people through, bankrupting them. I want them to make sure before they find him guilty, they strip him to the bone. I want him going to the slammer with not a nickel in his pocket, no property. I want this dude butt naked in that cell. As a matter of fact, we can't even give you a jumpsuit because you're so negative with money that we're just going to have you walking around in some tighty whities. That's all we can do. Some tighty whities. Yeah. Throwing right in the middle of the yard with all the real tough guys with some tighty whities on. Adam Schiff. Let's continue.
Circumstantial evidence now. So, again, I think...
So you have seen direct evidence of collusion?
I don't want to go into specifics, but I will say that there is evidence that is not circumstantial and is very much worthy of investigation.
Now, you know how evil these people were? Especially this guy. Because he became the face of the investigation. They know they're lying. I mean, this is what burns me up. Somehow this guy's still in Congress. That's what kills me, man. I mean, to be able to get out there and do this and lie so easily, so blatantly, and years go by and we find out that, yeah, he did lie. And somehow this dude gets booted out of the House and somehow ends up as a senator. Now, if all of these dirty, nasty Democrats were, able to lie that easily, why in the world would their voters continue to vote for them if they were able to look them in the face and make them seem dumb by convincing them that Trump was elected by Russia? They never get mad at these people for making them look and sound dumb. They're out there defending these dummies by pushing those narratives and believing it. Man, you know your boy Trump won because of the Russians. And I'm going, you believe that? You fell for that? Yeah, man, you already know. You are why did Don Jr. take a phone and then why? Repeating all of these lies that these people got out there and told them. And then it comes out and all they do is go, well, he probably did something though. So if he ain't do that, he did something. And I go, so you ingested all of their lies and they knew they were lying to you. They were doing it for you. That's the thing. They're lying for their dummies. They're like, we're here to convince public opinion that Trump is evil and he's a Russian agent. We don't care enough and respect our voters enough to give them the truth. What we're going to do is abuse them and use them by dropping lies on them and watching them go out and make fools of themselves by repeating these stupid lies. And they're still doing it to this day. Still doing it to this day. But boy, I tell you, looking back at this.
So there has been a report from CNN that Wednesday night that the FBI was looking into collusion with the Russians and the Trump campaign in terms of spreading information about Hillary Clinton's campaign. Do you have any information to back that up?
I'm not sure that I can comment on that. I can say that I think that the investigation that the director talked about at our Monday hearing is justified.
It's justified.
I think there is a sufficient basis for that.
It's justified. There is a sufficient, the Carter Page, then George Papadopoulos. That was enough to launch this investigation? Or was it brewed up and cooked up with you, Hillary, and the rest of y'all crew? But there's that. Now, remember, that's him talking about the Russia collusion, the lie. But when now the table has been turned on him, he's going, it's baseless. Baseless, no evidence whatsoever. In fact, they'll say anything. They'll make up anything to go after their political opponents. And what we're seeing is the personification of projection.
That investigation not only to have been initiated, but for it to continue at this point.
Put out a statement and a report basically saying that they found no evidence of collusion between the Trump team and the Russian government.
Now, this was after all of that 2 years of investigating and paying Robert Mueller and wasting taxpayers' dollars instead of working on real stuff. The real stuff to them was getting Trump out. That was the real stuff. They were consumed with it. They weren't trying to work on nothing else but getting Trump out so they can get back to abusing their power. That's what it was. So now, this guy, even after they concluded there was no evidence, look at this. Can't let the lie go.
Have Democrats found any evidence of collusion?
Yes, we have.
Can you agree that there has been no evidence of collusion, coordination, or conspiracy that has been presented thus far between the Trump campaign and Russia?
Don't do it, Schiff.
No, I don't agree with that at all. I think there's plenty of evidence of collusion or conspiracy in plain sight.
That it is.
I mean, these lies, you get mad listening to them. This is how much of a liar this guy is. This is one of the things where the kids, are lying to you and you're a parent, or, you're an adult, and they just lying to you, and you're going, you think I'm dumb? I mean, you're just a kid. You're up here throwing this stuff out like I don't know what you did. I ain't never did that. And you going, I'm getting madder and madder the more you deny this. I told you, I had one dude pull a fire alarm. We had it on video. Brought him in. Hey, man. You pulled a fire alarm? Nah, man, I ain't pulling no fire alarm, man. Why you even bring me in here? He mad because I asked, right? Now I already know. He pulled a fire alarm. I'm like, dude, I'm going to ask you again. Did you pull the fire alarm? And he could tell. Oh, shoot, that second question, he ain't letting it go. I thought I could back him up off me with the full-blown lie. Like, I'm mad that you asked me. So the second time, he's like, nah, man, I ain't pulled a fire alarm for real. I'm on, all right, man, I'm going to give you one more chance. Now I'm getting madder and madder because I'm going, you're disrespecting me. Yeah, you know you pulled the dang one. I know you did it. You think you're going to lie yourself out of this. I got mad. Couldn't wait to show him the video. Who is that? Ring. That's you? Is that you? Yeah, and I dropped the hammer on him. Same thing with this guy. Listening to this, even when it was real time, I was going, This guy right here is lying straight to our faces. And I want to give him the hammer so bad. Wish he was in my classroom.
It's very possible that the best evidence is yet to come. But look, you can see evidence in plain sight on the issue of collusion. George, there's ample evidence of collusion of the campaign, and it's...
The Senate Intel Chairman also said at this point, no evidence of collusion at this point.
Schiff needs some glasses. Because nobody, I haven't seen them. I haven't seen the evidence yet. Maybe I need bifocals. Maybe I need a telescope. Something. Because we're yet to see it. And to this day, he still goes on shows and nobody asks. Like just a minute ago when she was asking him about that mortgage fraud, she should have said, you know what, speaking of fraud, I remember you went around on all these networks saying that you had evidence in plain sight, and we're still waiting on it. If you were lying about that, then why should we believe you're not lying about this? See how they let them go back on their shows? And because they supported their lies, they never follow up on asking them about their lies. Because they knew they were lying when they were interviewing them. Yeah, that was the whole gig. Come on the show, lie about this stuff, and we won't press it. We'll follow up, we'll parrot the lies, and so on and so forth. Because if these folks were real, they would never let this guy get back on the show, not one time, without asking him right off grip, hey man, where's that evidence in plain sight? Same thing with Hillary Clinton. Yeah, see, they would never let her get on the show. If they was real, never let her get on a show and not open up with, hey, why did you pay for that dossier? Did you make up that Russia collusion, delusion mess? Why'd you do it? But let them on here and start off with a whole fresh new lie. Or let them clear their name like they tried to get him to do right. They're spaceless.
Have you seen, do you have direct evidence of collusion with Russia?
You want me to sit in my...
Speaking of. Now remember, guys, in a minute, we're going to hear the fake news saying that Trump is just going after his political enemies. So we're going to go ahead and have to see. Why would Trump feel like he need to do that? Now, we move to this person. Y'all know who she is. Coming in, cracking the concrete with every step of those big cankles. Nasty attitude, funky disposition, evil woman. Could you imagine being married to this big fat monster? Ooh. It's about being married to a Bigfoot. That's what it would feel like. Would you please shave your back when you get in the bed? But nonetheless, here's Bigfoot. Up here talking reckless.
I sit and stand idly by and allow this craziness to happen.
Just like that crazy eye you got. Idly by and let this mess happen. I'm going, now wait a minute. You talking about crazy. I want to know what's up with that crazy eye. Going all over the place with your way. Straighten that mug up. Okay? I don't know who you're looking at. Now let's continue. Here we go.
You can come after me if you want. But you elected me to stand up.
Okay, well, you want it. You want it. Well, you got it. So Trump bust the move. She said you could come after me if you want. Talking reckless, y'all. Beating her chest. Let's see. Here we go.
You elected me to use the law.
Abuse the law? That you elected me to abuse the law.
You elected me to go to court. You elected me to continue to challenge this administration.
And to waste y'all taxpayers' dollars with pipe dreams of me taking down the dawn. That's what it was about.
You elected me to stand up for the least of God's children. You elected me to continue fighting on.
I will never. Oh, y'all hear this. And then we have this. Now, if there's ever a person that if Trump really was about retribution, this woman tops the top of the list. Her Schiff. Actually, it's hard. You tell me, who do y'all think would be the number one? It's so many of them that really deserves the hammer. See, right now, we're just dealing with the ones that the DOJ is investigating. But boy, I mean, we could put together a wonderful list and have a hard time. I'll be like, okay, you got Hillary, you got Schiff, then you got the Obama. Oh man, and then there's so it's Comey. See, you see what I mean? I mean, it's so many of them up there. You going, is it a tie? Can we get a tie? Can we get a 7-way tie? So now look at her. Left all of this evidence of premeditated persecution against Trump.
Never be afraid to challenge this illegitimate president.
Illegitimate. Election denier much? Illegitimate. I'm not going to be afraid with your list to challenge this illegitimate president. Now, you see this nasty attitude? 2018. Illegitimate. What makes anybody think that she wouldn't have a hidden motive to try to go after him and get him out if you're out here talking about he's illegitimate and saying, I won't be afraid to challenge him? Ain't did nothing to you. You ain't even in office yet. And you up here talking about that. I won't be afraid to challenge him.
When our fundamental rights are at stake, I believe that the president of these United States can be indicted for criminal offenses.
Look at this. I mean, it's fascinating that they even let her try Trump on anything. The ethics in that whole situation is mind-blowing. I mean, she didn't even hide the vitriol. She didn't hide the anger, the motive, the intent, everything. Everything about her campaign was like, oh, I'm going after him, and I ain't going to even hide it.
Please sue him for us.
Look at this. I'm going to be a real pain in his butt. That lady right there. Would you sue him for us? 2018. Yeah, she wasn't a DA. I mean, right then. She was just running for it. But yeah, I'm going to be a pain in his butt. What do he do? I don't know. I'm going to find something. I'm going to find something like this.
I know my name personally. That man in the White House.
Look at that. Yeah, get around all the dumb black folks right there that's done bought into her shenanigans, abusing the gullible black folks right there. I know I can go ahead and appeal to the brothers and the sisters with all of my lies and trying to act like I'm a preacher or something.
Can't go a day without threatening our fundamental rights.
Fundamental rights. Who do you think you are? Juanita, the whatever that preacher's name was, Juanita Bynum. His fundamental rights. Who do you think you are, Tina Turner? But we're going to take the beginning of this song. We never, ever do anything nice and slow.
Yes, we need to focus on Donald Trump and his abuses.
His abuses, y'all. That's what we need to focus on. You see her with those big crusty hands? We need to focus on Donald Trump's abuses. What abuses? You're not even in office yet. If there is no abuses, but you're going to make some up.
We need to follow his money.
Follow his money. Like they're about to do to you. Like they're about to do to you.
We need to find out where he's laundered money.
Find out where he's laundered money. Now, you see these open confessions? I mean, these are fascinating confessions because, see, this lady's, she has no evidence of this at this time. She's like, put me in office. Because, see, I'm just going to assume that this man got some abuses and some money, and I'm about to go ahead and just dig into it. I'm going to launch a baseless investigation. Because right now I have no evidence whatsoever. But I'm dumb enough to get out here and tell everybody that I'm going to be looking into his finances. Now, do you know how scary this is? As a regular citizen, listening to someone who is saying, if you make me very powerful, to give me the power to investigate someone, I am simply going to open up an investigation on you because I don't like you. I can't sit back and tell you, hey, Donald Trump has a record of this. I got evidence of this. You elect me, then I'm going to go ahead and invest. No, it was just, we need to look into his money. We need to look into his businesses. We need to find out where he's laundered money. Just throwing stuff out there like this. So now, if I'm a regular human and I'm going, you got a lot of power and you're up here premeditatively telling everybody, give me power like this, and I'm going straight after this dude with no evidence. I'm about to abuse my position. And they let her do it. That's the bad part about it. The state of New York let her do this.
We need to find out whether or not he's engaged in conspiracy.
There you go. Show me the man, I'll find you the crime. Need to find out that. Now, see, what we really need to find out is if you, Big Cankles, was engaged in conspiracy. We need to find out if you took those big crusty feet up to Washington to meet with the DOJ, or Biden's DOJ or Kamala or any of them to go ahead and coordinate that bootleg fake investigation and trial. We need to find that out. I want to know about that conspiracy. That's what I want to know about. Forget the mortgage fraud. That might be a door to go in and check some things out. Okay, get a grand jury. But once you get in there on her and Schiff and everybody else. Then on Bolton, start to go all through there. Where were you at on the night of, okay, whoa, you was at the White House? They said that y'all didn't never visit. But your logs are right there. Why were you up there again? Who did you talk to? I want to see her go straight down, 100%. Because look at it. She got the nasty attitude.
Important that everyone understand that the days of Donald Trump are coming to an end.
I look forward to going into the office of Attorney General every day.
Every day.
Suing him, defending your rights, and then going home.
Y'all hear that? That's what she was all about. That was her mission. That was her mission. You know, to go in every day and suing him for y'all and then going home. Whole campaign based on, I'm just going after this dude 100%. Now, do you know how many careers Trump has ruined? Do you know how many folks, they didn't learn, right? I mean, when you start seeing folks go after Trump and then it gets flipped back on them and they end up ruining their careers. So many rhinos tried to go after him, Liz Cheney, all of them. They all get ruined. They don't understand he's Teflon Don. I'm going, man, would y'all leave that man alone? You've seen him brush off all kind of folks like Jim Brown. People coming up to tackle him and boom, keep running, boop, boop, get down off me. I mean, it's unbelievable, but they just kept coming. So I guess this bootleg, nasty, corrupt chick thought she was going to be the one. And I think that's what it is. They all wanted to be the one that took down the orange man, and they didn't look at the stats. I mean, I'm going, this dude is like 100-0 right now, considering the amount of people that was attacking this guy. I mean, he took on the deep state. I mean, he took on everybody, the fake news, and they were all losing. And then this chick thinks that she's going to be able to take him down. The days of Donald Trump is numbered. So let's see how that all panned out. Because now, seems like they're all on the run.
Donald Trump and the other defendants have committed persistent and repeated fraud. Last week, we proved that in our motion for summary.
Irony is beautiful in this. Beautiful. The consistent fraud. And I'm going, did she know when she was saying this that she was guilty of that too? That's what I want to know. Did she know that she signed all of that paperwork 10 times? 10 times. Did she know that she did that while she was up there like Donald Trump and his atrocities, and we're going to make sure, just as evil as she can be. And that's what's going to make this sweet. If this woman goes down, it's these type of clips that we're going to sit back and enjoy. Because I'm already enjoying them now, but right now I'm just using them as evidence to build my case. But let's continue though.
Judgment. Today, we will prove our other claims. My message is simple. No matter how powerful you are, no matter how much money you think you may have, no one is above the law.
Y'all hear that?
And it is my responsibility and my duty and my job to enforce it. The law is both powerful and fragile. And today in court, we will prove our case.
That is why I will be honored. When I walk into that courtroom on October 2nd.
Okay. Well, wait a minute. Yeah, I mean, do you do this with all of the people you go after and, prosecute? Do you make full-blown public speeches about what you're going to do to them? And you're going to be honored to do all of this stuff? I mean, is that normal behavior of a prosecutor to get out there and boast and celebrate what you're going to do to somebody? Yeah, but here she is. She got high off her own supply. She got juiced up her head. They swole up that big fat Godzilla head of hers by, yeah, girl, go ahead, do your thing. We got your back.
Well, my role is civil. But I will come back before you soon with a check for $250 million.
$250 million, y'all. Oh, that's a lot of cheese she was going to bring back. What was they going to do with all that fake money? All that money that they stole if they would have got it? That's all it would have been. We just stuck Donald Trump up without a pistol and tried to straight up ruin this man. The nerve of this chick. That's why I don't have any compassion for her. I don't have any sympathy, mercy whatsoever for her or Schiff. Because we just now have built the case to show just how evil and corrupt both of these people are. Schiff would have been okay with putting Trump in jail for treason. This is how you know how evil these folks are. Look at the stuff that they accused him of and what they were trying to do. It wasn't just, we just want this guy out of office. If Schiff would have had his way and they would have lied or landed on the conclusion that Trump was a Russian agent, that warrants potential execution. Treasonous. So you're telling me the president of the United States sitting in the Oval Office, coordinating with Putin, God knows what could be going on with secrets he could be selling and all of that stuff. I mean, they tried to label him as a traitor to his country. And you want me to have compassion on Schiff because of the spaceless and he's coming after his political opponent. I mean, he's lucky that Trump just don't come straight out and say, yeah, I am. That's right. I'm going to tell you to your face. I sure am. You deserve it. Try to have me straight up accused of being treasonous. And then you get this chick. Yeah, didn't just come out and say, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and hit him with a little $100,000 fine. Understand the whopper of money. Her intent and goal was to destroy this man's livelihood. Everything he's built, which she hasn't, she ain't done nothing except manipulate the people into power and then abuse her power to try to remove Trump. You're going after the former president. Now, what they didn't calculate is that maybe he might become the president again. What would I do if Trump wins and I done went out there and left all of this out there? I done tried to bankrupt him. I done celebrated the victory and promised folks that I'm coming home with the bounty.
And to let you know that he is no longer allowed to do business in the state of New York.
Y'all hear that? He can't roll up in New York. Probably would have had him arrested if he had rolled up in there just to visit his friends or something. You can't even come in. Over the top charges and penalties. Nobody likes unfairness. Folks that were sitting back watching that going, what? $500 million? Are you kidding me? Unbelievable. But she would have taken it. This is what makes him especially evil. That is why I have no mercy on her whatsoever. She would have been fine with taking all of his money, his businesses, and then barring him from doing work. Now, I hope she gets barred from ever practicing law. I hope she goes to jail for a very long time. And I hope she brings a whole bunch of people with her. Because when they start digging into whether she conspired to violate Trump's, rights, I'm pretty sure she's not the only one. I'm just thinking like a good deputy dog investigator. I'm thinking like that. Because I don't think her or any of the rest of them, Bragg, Fat Fanny, or the other one, Jack in the Box, I don't think any of them operated alone. I think they all coordinated. So I will go ahead and say, which one of y'all going down for like 20 years? Or which one of y'all going to say, okay, Kamala called me, and actually the mucus got in touch with me. Mayor Garlic buzzed me. Yeah, I want to know how many of y'all are willing to pay a big price because somehow or some reason you just decided I'm going to go after Trump. And I'm not going to worry about the backing and support of Biden's corrupt DOJ. I'm just doing it as a solo. You'll never get me to believe that. So I hope they get her and everybody else that was involved.
1 year later.
Fox News alert, a New York appeals court just this morning has thrown out President Donald Trump's massive civil fraud penalty. The decision from a 5-panel group in New York's appellate division changed the original decision that stood to cost Trump over $500 million. One appeals judge calling the lower court's penalty an excessive fine that violates the 8th Amendment of the United States Constitution.
Yeah. I mean, when I heard that, I said, they're trying to take this man's livelihood, destroy this man. If I was Trump, I know he says he's not involved in this, but I know secretly he's like, I hope they destroy her. I want to see her stripped of everything just like she was trying to do with Trump. And the more you have, if you lose it all, it hurts even more. See, I ain't got much. Yeah, they take everything. I just be mad about the guns and the motorcycle. That's about it. Oh, man, they got my guns, they got my motorcycle. What are you going to do? I can rebuild that. But when you done corruptively got yourself all kind of money, like her, and all of that, and that status she has, and all of that, and take it away, ooh, it's going to sting. It'll sting real good. And that's how it's supposed to. It's supposed to sting. So, yeah, but now look at this, guys. After all that evidence I just showed y'all of those two liars, now all of a sudden, people are looking into their stuff. And instead of even stopping for 1 second and say, well, did they do it? Did they commit fraud? Is there a reason why they're under investigation? Before I go ahead and jump out here and say, is Trump the retribution against his... These folks don't even stop to say, wait a minute, maybe it's warranted. We're not even going to wait to see what the findings, but see, when it was Trump, everybody relax. Don't overreact. Don't think they're just abusing their power. Let's wait and see it play out. I mean, obviously there's something there, but now all of a sudden, now this is Trump abusing.
Just say, there is no evidence,
that
there was some top-down order of political retribution in either the Obama or the Biden administrations.
That makes me want to laugh, but angrily. Not even a real laugh, just an angry laugh. Yeah, laughing because that stupid statement, but mad because of the stupid statement at the same time. Unbelievable. That's just no evidence. Unbelievable. So now, I guess she is suggesting that looking into Adam Schiff and looking into Laquifa Big Cankles, there's no evidence to do that either. I mean, did you not see their signatures on the paperwork? You did see that? Okay, but here she is.
I'll concede to you that
But
Donald
they
Trump...
made up like the Russian hoax and they used information to go after Donald Trump to try to undermine his entire presidency.
But there's no evidence. Forget what Tulsi Gabbard released. Forget not Loretta Lynch, but the other one chick in there. I forget her name. The one that wrote the email talking about, we didn't do nothing. This meeting that we had was all legit. We did not. The bad bootleg effort to cover up all of their shenanigans, all of that. Joe Biden lying, I didn't know nothing about the investigation against Michael Flynn. And yet he was sitting his big nasty butt in that meeting when they were talking about Flynn. All of that evidence, but yet here she is. There's no evidence to suggest that anybody in those
And they all signed their names.
Are you going to give me a
it.
second to
Susan
talk?
Rice.
No, but like you can't say that didn't happen.
You see that? That's how frustrating these guys have to get when they're talking to Abby and the fake news. Still trying to cover for these people. Still trying to cover. So he's like, what? Are you kidding me? They all signed their name to what? It got to be, infuriating right there. Just like the other day when Scott Jennings asked the so-called moderator, like, are you just going to sit here and let him say that? I mean, I just said Trump's solved all of these conflicts. And the guy's like, which conflicts? What do you mean, which conflicts? Where you been? I mean, he ain't settled any conflict. And then he looks at the lady like, are you serious? What do you want me to do? You're just going to sit here and let him do this? You know the truth. But here's Abby. Wait a minute.
The Russia hoax, first of all, was Donald Trump prosecuted?
They did it to impeach him. He was impeached over it.
Okay, so
That's a big deal. It's called overthrowing all the people.
Yeah. See, that's what she don't realize. But was he prosecuted for it? So let me understand. What do you think the intent with doing that was? If they could have prosecuted him, they would have. Now, you got to understand how bad the evidence had to have been for them not to be able to prosecute him. They had the whole power of the DOJ, the FBI, all of these lies, and they still couldn't come up with legitimate evidence to prove that he was worthy of being prosecuted. I mean, if the intel corrupt parts of the intel community cannot concoction enough dirt on you to put you under, that means you real squeaky clean. Real squeaky clean. They probably have, trapped so many people, lied, uploaded intel onto their laptops. I mean, they probably have sabotaged thousands of people that they wanted to take down. Now, they all go in after Trump and still wasn't able to produce any evidence. Use the media. They use the fake dossier. They use all of their whistleblowers and intel community, all of that stuff, and wasn't able to prove anything. But you know what? It's okay, because the goal was to damage him so severely during his whole he should get a third term because of that nonsense. Wasted 2.5 years of taxpayers' dollars and division of the country and ruining diplomatic abilities to deal with Russia for 2.5 years to conclude nothing. Well, we thought he might have did something. Who knows? Who knows? And yet here she is pretending that. There was no evidence.
First of all, he was impeached over his handling of Ukraine. He was not impeached.
Which was also bootleg. Yeah, because we found out that it was legit. That big guy. I'm sitting here right now with my dad. You better obey us, because you know what? Don't make me unleash creepy sleepy on you. Talking about he's trying to help win the election. Impeach him for that trash.
Over the Russia investigation.
Perfectly good phone call, which, by the way, became accurate.
The second thing is, let me just read to you a list of people that.
Now y'all ready? This is the part that I've been waiting for. This is why I picked this topic today. Listen to this list of people that she's saying Trump has talked about retribution. Okay, see, she don't realize this list she's about to give us is gonna make us all salivate. It's gonna make us all salivate. Yeah, she's thinking she's about to prove that, look, all these people that Trump said needs retribution. Look at them, and I'm going, this is a hit listed. Ooh, I'm sitting there going, yes.
Donald Trump and his top cabinet secretaries have said are going to be the subject of investigations. The special counsel Jack Smith, former FBI director James Comey, former CIA director John Brennan, Senator Adam Schiff.
I'll keep going. Candy bar. Boy, I tell you, this is great. Great. You hear those names? Wait a minute. Don't stop. Get it. Don't stop. Keep them coming. Because all you're doing is encouraging me. Every MAGA voter is going, yes, absolutely. What you think? What type of point you think you proven? Talking about, look at all these people. Every single one of these names deserve the hammer. Hammer. Chinese typewriter. There we go. They all deserve the hammer. Who else? Tell me more.
AG Letitia James, President Barack Obama, Governor Phil Murphy, and Representative Monica McIver.
Yes! She even threw in belly first. Representative Monica, whatever, the one that went up there tussling with those ICE agents and started throwing forearms and stuff. But first, the belly lady in first, bumping them with her belly and her forearms. Every single one of these people on this list. Now look at this list. Now, I tell you, Abby, she's swerving down that this right here is showing how corrupt Donald Trump is. Look at all the people. And we're going, it's showing that if he was to go after all of these people on this list, all that would show is justice. Who else? She didn't even get to go through all of them. I'm looking at some of these people on there and I'm going, man, are you kidding me? We need some Brenner, Clapper, all of them. Definitely. Thank you, Abby.
There is a list that comes right.
You hear the guy? Like, yes. Who do you think you're not defending your position here by you telling this guy this? The whole time the guy was like, yes. Hey, let's hear him again. I want to hear him in the background. He's like, listen to his opinion on all these people.
The special counsel Jack Smith, former FBI director James Comey, former CIA director John Brennan, Senator Adam Schiff, AG Letitia James, President Barack Obama, Governor Phil Murphy, and Representative Monica McIver. So there is a list that comes right from the top. I'm not making this up.
I know you're not. Every single person deserves to be on that list, and there's probably about 50 more. But here you are talking about, I'm not making this up, thinking she's owning him. And I'm going, all you're doing is listing every one of these corrupt, stinking folks that need to go straight to the slammer.
Themselves on the list because they weaponize the government to attack their political opponents.
Thank you.
Let me just say, in one case, you all are making connections based on conjecture. In another case, Donald Trump is just saying the thing.
Conjecture. Abby don't want to know if Adam Schiff, is guilty of that. She don't want to know that. She don't want to know if, Laquifa is guilty. Nah, she don't even want to stop and use any type of common sense or logic to say, wait a minute, it's going to be pretty hard to lie about your name being signed multiple times on a document. It's going to be pretty hard to do that. So what are we going? They don't even have a contingency plan for the evidence that might come out on Schiff and Laquifa. And, you know, for that case, John the Bolton, whatever his name is, Bolton, yeah. Now, they're not even stopping for 1 second to say, wait a minute, before we accuse Trump of abusing his power, well, before we accuse him of the retribution, maybe we should wait for a second to see, just because we all know these people are dirty. We all know that. We helped them with the dirt. We promoted them. We platformed them. We supported their narratives. We know they're dirty. So what are we going to do when we're now calling Trump the dictator? He's going after his political opponents and this is retribution. What are we going to do when real evidence is shown to us? Not the stuff that we supported and lied about and all that stuff. When they drop that signature out there, so the evidence shows she signed 10 papers, she did this, she did that, and this and that. Are you still going to say, there's no evidence that Donald Trump, this is retribution? They don't even think that far ahead. You know, they jump right out there and accuse Trump of course, retribution. But there's somebody that's about to say, I don't care if it is retribution.
So those are two very different situations. Okay, the IRS.
So Obama didn't know what was going on in his government? He didn't know what his
if you can provide me proof that Barack Obama directed.
Of course, Barack Obama knew about the IRS. The IRS going after them. Of course. He knew about that fake phony dossier. If you think that bum didn't know that his FBI was investigating Donald Trump on some bootleg crap, you're dumb. Yeah. See, because if he was really a person with integrity, he would be upset that his FBI launched a full-blown investigation on a presidential candidate without his knowledge. Yeah. He would be going, do y'all have actual proof? I mean, do you realize what this is going to do to the nation? I mean, to go after, it's going to look like it's political. But he never said nothing. So he knew. And now we found out definitely that he knew. But see, look at her. That you have no proof.
The IRS to go after Tea Party groups. I will concede that to you immediately. That proof doesn't exist. That proof does not exist. Okay, that is the only point that I make.
People say it's
so guys, listen to Greg Gutfield. He's like, people say it's retribution, but guess what? He don't care, and neither do I.
Retribution, I say, who cares? You know, don't lecture me on timing of lawfare.
Yep, none of that. They can't lecture us on none of that crap, on timing. Yet at the same time, they all timed those dang on investigations. You know what? Just perfectly, right when Trump was about to start campaigning and stuff. And now here they are. The timings are suspicious of why he's going after John Bolton. Don't lecture me on that. What else? What else, Greg? Because I feel you. I feel you, buddy. All right, what else?
Lecture me on timing of lawfare.
None of that. They think we're all dumb and forgetful. They think we all looked at all of that crap they put Trump through as legit. No, that wasn't lawfare. That was legit. It was warranted. There was evidence. So tell us more, Greg, of how you feel, because see, I'm feeling you.
Don't lecture me on politically motivated, investigations.
Bam! Don't do it. Right now, I would have that look like that bodyguard, that doorman, that dang on bouncer that wouldn't let us into the club when we was young and had fake IDs. You could be like, but what Trump using his guy, they going after people, and the whole time I'm I don't even have to look at you. Head straight up, eyes closed. Go on now. But then what about when Trump used the Do you understand the level of lawfare that we witnessed? The blatant, they were so desperate to destroy this man. It became so obvious to common sense people. They was like, man, we ain't even got time to try to disguise and package it up and make it look like it's legit. Just go out there and do it. Right now, we got to stop this dude. And it failed. And that's why they're all concerned now. Every single one of these people deserve this. So even if Trump said it's retribution, it would be a mix between that and justice. Yeah, it might be a little personal, but it ain't just straight up not warranted. It's legit. So if you can enjoy it, both, why not? If you can go, yep, I'm getting some justice and retribution. What else? What else you feel great?
You guys invented this stuff. You love doing it to Trump because you didn't think it through. You were so confident that Trump was toast that you could rattle off free punch after free punch after free punch without any fear of reprisal.
Yes.
So yeah, is it retribution? I don't know. But when you think about the constant lawfare, the gerrymandering, the Dems never expect it to happen to them.
Bam!
They're like home invaders who didn't expect a well-armed occupant when they showed up. And Trump is well-armed. This is kind of an ongoing masterclass for the Republican Party, the new Republican Party.
Yeah.
To quote Greasy Gab, how to fight fire with fire. The conservative
fight fire with fire. If you hit me, then I'll hit you back. There it is. Trump was like, I'm going to counterpunch the heck out of all of y'all. And he fought through that maze of corruption. I mean, when we sit back now, I'm going, how did he even get through that? It's like a football play. Barry Sanders, when you go, oh, Barry's never getting through that. Gee, whoa, how did he get? It was like 9 dudes that had him and he's gone. What the heck? That is how it looked. I mean, so many times I was discouraged, was like, man, they're going to mess around, take this guy out. And then the big one, the kipper, was the gunshot. I mean, I'm saying, okay, we're looking good. If we could just get him in office. Right now, it's looking so good that they got to be about to try something crazy. And I was there on that day. The miraculous day of right through the ear. You know, and I'm sitting going, I knew something crazy was going to happen because they were desperate. And Trump went through all of that by the grace of God and came out on top. And now they all whining about retribution. They have no room to be talking about retribution. They ain't going to. I mean, right now, if he came right out and said, yep, I'm going after every single one of them to try to destroy my life, I would go, yes.
Conservative movement, which I loved for the longest time, they were kind of happy to fritter away their influence and power on the notion that they were always above returning fire.
Yeah, that's not cool. Yeah, Trump has taught the party how to fight back, and they need to fight more. I'm not even comfortable with the level. Right now, we got Congress. We need to be sticking it to these folks. We need to be doing something to make sure this party never rises up again, ever. I mean, all of the gerrymandering you could take, they ain't going to. I want gerrymander juices. I want every single conservative state. They should be wiping these folks off the map. I want that super majority, and I don't care if they're whining, talking about this and abuse of power. They're trying to rig, and I don't want to hear none of that. After all of the rigging and jigging that we had to sit through, I mean, put them in a position where all they can do is sit on the sideline and watch the game. That's all. Don't even want them in the game. Don't want them in the stadium. That's how bad it is. I want these folks, that they were full-blown malicious and evil. We witnessed it, sat through it all. Set back on, geez, what are they ever going to stop? Are they ever, oh my God, they're trying to destroy this man's life. They're trying to destroy us. That's how I felt. It was personal. So yes, if Trump don't feel like he's getting retribution, I do. Let's continue.
I read for National Review. This is disgusting. Let's write a 4,000-word
That's
piece
the old
on
Republicans.
judicial reform. And then they don't do anything. They go back and smoke their cigar. Yeah. They always felt it was beneath them to get in the ring and hit back. So it's one of the presents that Trump gave the Republicans that they desperately needed were balls the size of...
There it is. They cut it. And I want to see more of that. I don't care if you're a female congresswoman. You got them too. I want to see testes the size of elephants. That's what I want to see. No mercy, because the Democrat Party is a merciless party. They were willing to kick everybody when it was down. They tried to abuse us. They were spying on folks, locking folks away in prison for long times under that whole bootleg J6 crap. They were willing to destroy lives. They were willing to even risk a war between us and Russia by lying about Trump being a thing going, the Russian agent. Could have put the whole country in danger. tried to make him go to war with Iran, could have put the whole country in danger. You think they care? You think they care? No, they're willing to destroy whatever they have to destroy to win and stay in power. And they were corrupt, blatant, and open with it. And all I saw, you could see the evil in their faces, their behaviors, their lies, all of that stuff. We watched it, and now they talking about retribution. Go stick it where the sun don't shine.
It's just a stunning analysis that the New York Times has out.
And this is what they're getting for it. Listen to this.
In the last couple of days, you've seen nationwide a drop in Democratic registration numbers. And in the battleground states, it's just as stark. Look at this. The share of registered Democrats down almost 4 points in Arizona, just since 2020. Nevada, more than 8 points. North Carolina, Pennsylvania. All of these big battlegrounds have lost Democrats in large numbers, again, just this decade. So that just tells you how tough it's going to be for Democrats to fight their way back when it comes to control of Congress.
Yeah, and I want it lower. I want those numbers. I want those numbers to get bigger, but lower at the same time. Negative. That's what I want. I want them to be big, real big. They're down negative 100%. That's what I want. Yeah, and so you hear that? They're losing folks, and we're gaining folks. Now, that's just not enough. I hope every conservative governor, city and state, they redistrict all at once. I don't care. Go ahead, Gavin Newsom. Do whatever you think you can do out there. Won't matter. Everybody needs to be on one accord, and they all need to have one goal and mission: destroy this party. Destroy the party. I want them damaged beyond recover. Financially, I heard they're broke. What else? Tell us more about this.
Or potentially the presidency down the road. It's hard to create a wave if voters are fleeing your party.
And why is that? Why are people fleeing them?
Democrats have lost more than 2 million registered voters just in the past 4 years, and Republicans have gained.
I do want to ask.
And we've gained. Oh, look at this guy. Let's see what he has to say about this. Let's see what he says about this.
New York Times investigation showing that Democrats are losing registered voters in all 30 states that track party registration. We're putting on the screen the data. It shows altogether Democrats have lost 2.1 million voters. Republicans have gained 2.4 million. That's a deficit that you have of 4.5 million voters.
Wow. Now, look at that. That right there, you would think it would make them reconsider their strategy, their policies and stuff like that, their leadership. You would think they would say, well, which demographic are we losing? And why are we losing? Could it be the fact that, we let the whole country watch us take them through a whole bunch of trash? Could it be that? Could it be that we watch the whole country, we let the whole country watch us bring in illegal immigrants by the millions? Could it be any of that stuff? They're horrible. So let's continue, though, because watch this guy.
Why are voters turning away from your party?
Because we
What is the
stink.
problem?
Most of that activity, as I understand it, has occurred in Florida and Texas. And certainly it is the case that nationally we're going to have to invest more in these two red states. At the end of the day, it's also going to be important for us to continue to make clear to the American people what we stand for as Democrats.
I thought what we stand for as Democrats is making sure we emasculate men, acquire more power, manipulate more folks, to, of course, keep the ghetto, so they'll keep voting for us, so they keep voting. The more identity politics, demonizing the white folks to try to guilt them into voting for us, because if you don't vote for us as a white person, you're definitely a white supremacist and stuff like that. We only embrace white liberals and stuff like that. The more transgender bathrooms, more guys and girls sports, more children going under surgery, the more money sent out to Ukraine for nothing, the more stuff like that, more illegal immigrants coming in. That's why. That's what we want to continue with. More stupid projects and money that we're using to funnel our projects and lace our pockets. More stuff like that. More crime. I mean, the list goes on with these bums. But watch what he says. Something very vague that I'm going, what does this have to do with this?
We believe in a strong floor and no ceiling. In this country, you work hard, you play by the rules. There should be no ceiling as to what success you can accomplish for yourself, for your family.
So with all of those dang restrictions and hoops did you make people jump through to open up businesses and things like that? Yeah, you're gonna, you know what? You gotta go through 3 years of relocating this ant that lives in this area. You can't build here. You got to give the government more money. More money. We need more money and stuff like that. But yet we're talking about building up from the bottom up. No ceiling. No ceiling. Are you kidding me?
Family, for your children, for your grandchildren, and your community. At the same period of time, we do, as Democrats, believe in a strong floor. That's a strong floor that is anchored in Social Security and Medicare and Medicaid, veterans benefits, nutritional assistance, and the Affordable Care Act. The things that Republicans are actually trying to detonate. That's the difference between Republicans and Democrats. And the more we can lean into what we stand for as a party, the better off we'll be moving forward.
Now, do y'all feel him? Do y'all buy that? He said a whole bunch of nothing. There's a basement. You got to stand. The basement should have cement. You don't want it to be quicksand. You stand there, but then all of a sudden we the ceiling. So we take the roof off the house, so that this way you'll be in the basement and in the sky at the same time. You'll just be standing on a concrete platform, but we'll just make you imagine you're in a house, but you're not really, because there's a sky up ahead of you. I'm going, what is all of that? Not to mention, you're talking about the sky's the limit, but you won't even come out and condemn Zoran the moron, who he don't believe in billion, notice billion, see, because he's not yet a billionaire. He's not yet a billion. When he makes his billions, or his mama make her billions, then all of a sudden he'll probably bump it up to trillionaires that he doesn't believe in. But right now, he doesn't believe in billionaires. But yet the sky's the limit. That's what we believe in as Democrats. But you won't come out. You ain't got the testes to come out and condemn that socialist communist from becoming the mayor of your city or state. Yeah, you ain't even got those testes. And you want us to follow you. Huh? Mini man. Yeah, that's what you are. You're a mini man. You ain't even a real man. Yeah, this guy's horrible. And you want us to follow you in the battle, but you're not even able to take a stance against that dude? Scared of your face? And you're wondering why y'all are losing votes. But somebody's going to keep it 100% real as we close.
First of all, as Donna knows, the most important thing in winning elections is, number one, to know where your voters are at. And then
bam! Know where your voters are at. So you want to know why y'all are losing? Well, how about this tough love right here?
The strongest indicator for that is voter registration. They're getting trampled in all 30 states, every battleground state.
All 30, we have 50 now.
Right, but there's only 30 that you can track with voter registration. Point, sorry.
In the other 20?
Yeah, this is like natural for Donna. You can track it in 30. Yeah, right. But the bigger problem is the elephant.
Yeah, help them out. Help them with the bigger problem. Show them the elephant in the room. They're talking about that. What we got to do is to make sure the people know we care about them, we love them, the basement and the ceiling and stuff like that. No. Give them the therapy that they need, which is honesty.
In the room here is that the Democrats are on the wrong side of normal. The people, they're out of step with the norms of society. It's so bad that the Democrats this week put out a memo and they listed 45 things that Democrats shouldn't say. It's all therapy speak.
45 things that Democrats see. That's that they're manufactured. They've been so used to controlling people with all of the stupidity. Now they're sitting there going, all right, shoot. Well, here's some things that we think that people might want to hear or not want to hear. Just like they're spending money to figure out what guys like. Yeah, what guys? All they got to do is watch Kevin from Kevin's Corner. What guys don't like is always being lectured about toxic masculinity. Don't ever threaten our masculinity. Don't ever question it. Don't try to go ahead and weaponize it against us. It burns me up. All right, you know what? Your mansplaining, shut your mouths. Women's been under persecution. We're not allowed. I don't want to hear that. Yeah, and maybe you should go ahead and focus on that. How about you go ahead and let men be men? How about you bring in some guys who act and look like guys when you're having your big celebrations, instead of bringing folks out there with makeup on and Hellraiser outfits and definitely not masculine? How about you get some guys in your party with bass in their voice? Not a whole bunch of people talking out of their nostrils and stuff like that. And then you want us to come back and join the Democrat Party. No, never. I mean, right now, I wish I would see a guy, I'm a Democrat. I'll be like, what? All right, let's continue though. He's going to go ahead and close this out with some tough love to him.
And explaining away
Memo from
crime.
who? Memo from who?
Third way.
Third way. And so, it's all because it's not a matter of they can't put people on the doors and register people. That's all that is. It's that they're putting people on the doors. They're trying to win voter registrations. There are state parties, county parties, district parties, and they can't sell it because it's not normal. People don't want it.
It's not normal. People don't want it. Are you kidding me? You're telling me people don't want floods of illegal immigrants coming into the country and taking jobs and bringing crime and bringing all of this other stuff? Would you mean to tell me that we don't like that? You're telling me America don't like that? You mean to tell me they don't like watching you guys defend grown men beating up women, racing them, beating them in races, stuff like that, as y'all yell at us for thinking that it's strange? Yeah, I mean, if you think that's strange, you know what, you're transphobic. You think that's the problem, perhaps, maybe? You telling me that we don't like to see y'all bringing the transgender on the bus to the kids' schools, having them in there singing songs and asking them who wants to be transgender? You don't think that's stuff we like? No, y'all didn't wait at when you were campaigning and pushing that mess down our throats. All of the stupidity that you guys embraced and pushed down our throats, and then it got vomited up. And now you're wondering, how do we win these people back? How do we? Well, it's over. It's over. Hopefully, we'll never go back. And if people do, they're dumb. New York, if you're listening to me, start spreading the news. Yeah, Kevin's dropping it today. I don't want y'all to vote for Zoran the moron. Y'all do that, hey, you get what you deserve. So let's hope that they don't need one more good example of what not to do. Because that's exactly what it would be. So anyway, God bless y'all. God bless America. Thanks for kicking it with me this morning. I got some errands to run, then I'm going to come back and try to wind down after all of this and stuff. Out there whining about that. Trump's going after his... It's all legit. And frankly, it ain't enough for people on that list yet. I want to see a whole bunch of them. They ain't going it. And not one of them will I sit back and go, well, maybe Trump should. And the DOJ, we don't want it to look like. They weren't worried about what it looked like when they were going after Trump and all of his voters. They weren't even, see, at least Trump going after them. They went after Trump and all of us. I feel vindicated when I see a whole bunch of these folks go to the slammer. Now, on the way out, please hit that like button, share my videos, follow me on all the other platforms, and please subscribe to my alternative channel. You'll have a kick out of all of these clips. Get a kick out the clips, man. Some old throwbacks and stuff like that. I've been binging on that channel up there because, see, I don't know which she's uploading. I gave her the free reign to go ahead and go through all of my videos and just kind of, decide what clips, to upload, things like that. So I'm just as surprised as y'all. Yeah, I've been getting notifications from the alternative channel. Yeah, I've been going over like, oh, I forgot I did this one. Oh, man, that was hilarious. Wow, I look young. Oh, whoa. My beard was black. Oh, now my beard's great. Oh, shoot. Yeah, been over there enjoying myself. So please subscribe to the alternative channel and binge if you can, because we want to get those watch hours up. Yeah, definitely. The link is below each video if you want to find out. You can also support my channel through my Cash App, my PayPal, and so on and so forth. Other than that, have yourself a great day. And most likely I'll be back tomorrow dealing with more nonsense. Okay? Take care. God bless. Yeah. I know you see the way we tear up the place. Yeah. Take care.